Are you going into a coalition with the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, let me tell you, we have to do what is in the best interest of the people on the ground. Unfortunately, let me say this again, coalition governments are not working in South Africa. And I think we need to rethink as to how we're going to address this so that we can better deliver to the people on the ground. At the moment, coalition governments is all about power, control, and financial resources. It's very unfortunate.
What's going to be the role of the NFP in this new reconstitution of these local councils that were hung in KwaZulu-Natal? Who are you effectively going to go into bed with?
It depends on what the best possibility is. It depends on which party is willing to work with us in the best interest of serving the people of that particular constituency.
Who has approached you thus far? Who are you having serious discussions with at this point in time?
Well, the IFP has been in discussions. The ANC has been in discussions with us. And, depending on which municipality it is, again, there we will decide what is in the best interest of those people. So at times it could be the ANC, at times it could be the IFP. But one thing I can tell you for sure, we have not taken a decision that will only work with either the ANC or the IFP or any particular political party.
Thank you very much to the NFP. The president of ATM, Mr. Zungun. Your game plan here today, are you going to be listening to the State of the Nation address, or you are going to say the Section 89 report must stand and the president must leave?
Mamela Mfethu, there's nothing to listen. Utatu Ramaphosa is clearly failed to govern the country. This is the 7th time he's delivering a SONA, and in all of these 6 other times he's made promises that he has not kept. He's shown time and time again that he's out of touch with people's realities. And most importantly, what you've just raised now, there is a report that is saying that he may have committed serious wrongdoings towards the Constitution and acts of misconduct. Therefore, it cannot be business as usual. We cannot be sitting as parliamentarians like children, as if we do not know that the caliber, the character of the person that is addressing us is a person that has been found to have seriously committed wrongdoing on the side of the Constitution.
What form of action, practical action, will you be taking here in this State of the Nation address tonight?
We will be holding him accountable. Fortunately, the rules of Parliament allow us, members of Parliament, to ask, to raise point of orders, to ask questions, and that is exactly what we'll be doing tonight.
Thank you very much to the president of the ATM, the General Bantu Holomis. How are you holding your friend accountable that you took a jet with to watch Rugby World Cup a few years ago?
I wish I had taken a jet with him. I used my own ticket money to buy a ticket. But anyway, we are looking forward to hear what the president's plan is. I mean, they have been having lechutlas the whole year, and hopefully in those lechutlas they have a plan. But the key to the whole thing is how are we going to make sure that our economy takes a little bit of a shape instead of going all over the world borrowing monies, which we are not going to be able to service those debt at the end of the day.
Mr. Holomisa, when you look at last year's State of the Nation address, particularly on the energy trajectory of the country, do you have any faith that the ANC government will eventually eradicate load shedding?
The ANC government has failed many times, not only on energy. There's no government here, we're strictly speaking. But the issue of energy, you can see that they are divided. And their obsession of moving away from fossil fuel to renewable energy without infrastructure. There will be no transition without transmission. So they will have to find money to put it, to fund the infrastructure in order to transmit what is produced by renewable energy. There's none at the moment, but they are just lying and lying and lying.
Thank you very much, Mr. Holomisa, the president of the United Democratic Movement. Those are some of the members of parliament who have arrived here. We've also seen the Deputy Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs who has just gotten in now. We're also waiting for the arrival of the Minister of Transport within the country, Fikile Mbalula, as well, who is also the Secretary General of the governing party, whom we are going to be speaking to him now. He is making his way to to us as well to speak to us in essence of the issues of transport pertaining to the country as we move towards the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula. Mr. Mbalula, we are live on the SABC. Transport, rail, the trains were smashed during during the COVID-19 pandemic when there was a full lockdown within the country. You've tried to refurbish them. How far are you with opening all of the corridors within the Western Cape and all other 9 provinces?
Thank you, Samkele and listeners. I'm happy to come to this State of the Nation with a report that we are recovering in a big way in terms of different corridors in the country. Last year we made a pledge of 10. We have exceeded that to 16 open corridors. In the next year we're looking forward to opening all corridors. We have ramped up the production at Gibela of the new train system Ela Sabantu to 6 cars per month with a distribution of 2 per week in different provinces. So South Africa is going to be blue and white. Passenger rail corridors in the country are opening up. Our biggest glitch in the Western Cape, as you could see, is the central line. Only the areas to Khayelitsha, simply because we have faced challenges of relocation of the people who have occupied the rail lines in terms of tracks in the Western Cape. I'm quite confident that we will pass that glitch with human settlement. As you will see, we are opening up a main corridor, which is Central Line, in the new year.
On the issues pertaining to trains, Soweto, how far are you giving the people of the biggest township in the country their trains back? Taxi fares are expensive, they are high, bus fares are high. When will those people of Soweto finally, in all corridors of Soweto, have their trains up and running?
All the trains in Soweto will be up and running in the new year. And the commitment and the report I got from the board and the management of PRASA is that by May this year, all corridors in Soweto will be open. That goes with the link from Leralla, Calfontaine, that links up Johannesburg and Pretoria. Already we're with Naledi, as you would have seen, running smoothly. As you have seen, we have opened Garangua and also we have opened Mamelodi areas and so on. Those areas, trains are running smoothly. So I'm quite excited about the ramping up and bringing quality work in terms of the trains and trains running on time. And that is what is important, different from the past. And also with the station upgrade, the program we have shown yesterday here in the Western Cape, station upgrade, better security, building security walls. So work is on.
Have you received a report from the Free State as SG of the ANC firing the Premier?
Well, we don't fire people. We get reports about proposals and then the officials process. And so there's no single man replacing people. We will get the report from the Free State on Monday in the officials meeting and the NWC. And then on the basis of that, decisions will be taken. Nobody has been fired at the present moment.
So you had an engagement, we have an engagement with the officials of the Free State on Monday?
The officials of the Free State and the Free State will give reports with regard to the Free State. They came from conference, they went to the Lekgotla, they had a PC meeting, and they will report to the organization the center is holding. So there's not just a random firing of people without questions and answers. So we will ask questions and understand where the province is coming from on whatever proposals that they are making.
You are now the SG of the ANC. Where you grew up, they still use the bucket system. When are you eradicating that bucket system that they are using till today in Botshabelo?
Botshabelo bucket system is supposed to have been eradicated by now. I went there myself, I saw it, and we've got full commitment from the provincial government to do away with bucket system in the shortest possible period, and it's top of our agenda this year going forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fikile Mbalula. Also interesting. Political players are making their way to Parliament as well. As you can see there, Dr. Zwelini, former Minister of Health with Chongizizwe Nhlabati and Mzwandile Masina. I'm just going to try and grab Dr. Mkhize as well, just to get a word from him on the State of the Nation address. Dr. Mkhize, just on your anticipation, what are you anticipating to hear on the issues pertaining to South Africans, electricity, health, and issues of local government? You are former Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs.
No, it's the same issues. I think the issues of concern to our people is load shedding, is poverty, is unemployment, is the issues of crime. Those are the issues that we would hope that there is a way of addressing them. And so our expectation for this country is that those matters are priority for everybody. And so we believe it should be on the agenda, on the State of the Nation address.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mkhize. I am with my colleague Bulelani Phillips as well to speak to the Minister of Enterprises, Minister Pravin Gordhan.
Hey, sir.
How are you, Mr. Gordhan?
Good.
Electricity, top of the agenda in South Africa currently. What are you anticipating the President will say with the inputs you have had as the Department of Public Enterprises when it comes to the issue of electricity provision?
That we need to lift the level of urgency, which all of us have been saying. There's a clear program that the President has set out last year, and we must accelerate the implementation of the solutions. And this is not just a government thing, this is a nationwide thing. Electricity shouldn't become a political football. And every single household, every single business can play a part, whether it's putting up a rooftop solar, putting off your geyser, your swimming pool, or whatever the case can be. All of us can make a contribution. It's a tough time, we understand that. It creates lots of difficulties, we understand that as well. But we now have to get the solution going, and it will come.
When you look at solutions, what are the most practical solutions to revive the ailing power utility at this point in time?
We've got to make sure that there's better maintenance, better coal supply, better skills in some areas, and there are lots of problems that we all know about at Eskom. State capture doesn't mean that it left the institutions safe, and rebuilding these institutions takes time. But the program is clear. Some of it has been done. New board is there. Now we're going to require some new managers as well. But all the systems are in place for us to do better. Thank you.
Who are you earmarking for the GCEO position with the leaving of Director, with the applications currently out? Any person you are eyeing particularly?
No, the board is going through a process, so let's wait and see.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pravin Gordhan, speaking on the issues pertaining to Department of Public Enterprises and the electricity provision to South Africans, with the power utility Eskom failing dismally to ensure energy security at this point in time. Sakina and Bongiwe.
Thank you so much, Samkele. And of course, you know, as we listen there, Bongiwe, to some of the ministers speaking, and these are members of parliament. These are the people who make the laws that you and I have to abide by, that make the laws that would govern entities that operate in this country. And listening to them, you know, it seems as though there's a wholesale case of cognitive dissonance with our leaders.
And it almost sounds like they are not involved. They're watching as spectators. They basically say, as much as you South Africans, this is what we also want. But if then you listen to someone who's a member of parliament saying we want more jobs, we want this and that, but they're not saying, as parliament, this is what we've done in the past year to be able to ensure that we hold those in power to account, to make sure that whatever it is that we've put in place as either a proposal, as either a law, as either a bill, anything is actually coming to fruition. But you're listening to all of them, they're still talking aspirational.
They certainly are. And talking, you know, as if they are not in charge. And it raises the question, if you are speaking like we would, because we're asking the questions because we don't understand, who is in charge?
Isn't that the big question?
So we are going to obviously come back and take you through what's going to happen here, the procession that would...
All right, Sakina, I think they're having an issue a little bit with your mic. and there's a lot you're saying, which I think the viewers need to hear. There's a lot. I don't want them to miss out on anything. So let's take just a breather. We're coming back, and as we come back, we'll take you back to the not so red carpet. We were told not so pomp, but I don't know. We'll decide. We'll know exactly what's going on. Let's take a short breather. We're coming back.